sagittal cut through the skull and the head here, and we split the brain and the brain stem in half. And right here, guys, this little pink round circle, that represents the pituitary gland right here. Now, the pituitary gland, remember, he's known as the what? The master gland. So he's very important, and important things are buried really deep into the body. So guys, you can see he's going to be protected not only by the cranial vault, he's also got the brain above him, and he's going to be buried within the sphenoid bone of the skull, guys, and he sits right in that little U-shaped cutout in the bone known as the sella turcica. Okay, so he's right here, very well protected. Okay, that's the pituitary gland. Now, if you go posterior from the pituitary gland, right here, guys, this other gland right here, that red one, okay, that is the pineal gland. Okay, so pituitary here, pineal gland there. Okay, you found something? I can't even see. I don't have my glasses on. I'm only good for about 3 feet.
Is it better on there?
No, it's not even on there. Okay, thank you. All right, so pituitary gland, pineal gland. Okay, everybody go with that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, over here, I actually found a brain with another pituitary. Okay, it's not the one I was looking for, but whatever. So, guys, here's the pituitary gland. Okay. Remember, up here, this is the hypothalamus right here. Okay. And the infundibulum, guys, would be right in between here. All right. I would not tag that on this model. If I use this model, I'm just going to tag either the hypothalamus, the pituitary gland, or back here, guys, we have the what? The pineal gland. Okay. It's very good for those. All right. Now, we go to the chart. The chart here, or the plaque, guys, this is pretty much a mainstay for our lab. This thing sucks, okay, so don't worry about that. Pretty much anything down the midline is going to suck on this thing. So what we have here, guys, is we have a blown up picture of the pituitary gland here, okay? Now, for the pituitary gland, you're going to notice that one side is in white, the other side's in red, okay? You'll notice there's more red than white, which means that this is the anterior lobe, known as the adenohypophysis. This is the posterior lobe, known as the neurohypophysis. Here is the infundibulum, okay? The infundibulum's like an apple's stalk coming down. This connects to the hypothalamus, okay? Everybody go with the pituitary gland? Okay. Now, we drop down, guys. We go to the thyroid gland. Thyroid gland is here. Okay. They made 2 pictures of it. So we got the anterior view. We have a posterior view here. So once again, for the thyroid, you're going to have a right lobe, a left lobe, and right in the center, guys, you will have the isthmus. Okay. It's like the body of the butterfly. Okay. Now, we flip it over. This is the right lobe here. This is the left lobe on this side. These 4 white button-like structures, guys, that's the parathyroid glands, okay? And the parathyroid glands, remember, they're going to make parathyroid hormone, okay? Whereas the C cells from the thyroid make the calcitonin, okay? Everybody good? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, we drop down. Here is the pancreas on this right here, and we'll go over the individual models. Over here, guys, we have the islets of Langerhans. So here's an island right here, guys, islets of Langerhans, okay? And you're going to notice that some look like little buttons. Some have a background to them. Okay, so the ones that are button only, those are your beta cells. The one that has the background around them, those are the alpha cells. Okay, beta cells create insulin, alpha cells create glucagon. Okay, These whole things are known as islets of Langerhans. Remember, they're only about 20% of the pancreas, okay, because the rest of the pancreas is going to be the acinin cells, okay, that are used for digestive enzymes, okay. Over here, we have the adrenal gland. Out here, guys, if I tag the outside, you gotta call it the adrenal capsule. If you give me capsule, that's half of a credit, so you'll get half point, okay? Because other things have a capsule, so I gotta make sure you know which ones you're looking at, okay? Because you'll see capsules, renal capsules, on the kidneys and stuff like that. So there's other capsules throughout the body, so you gotta be very specific, guys. That's gonna be the adrenal capsule. Now, next layer in, guys, here's the cortex right here, okay? And then the inner section, that's the medulla area, okay? So remember, up the cortex, that's divided into 3 spots. You'll go into that, the zona reticularis and things like that. You'll get into that in the lecture class, and he'll want to know which hormone is produced where. Remember, the outermost is going to be Uncle Al, aldosterone, okay? And then you got cortisone, and come into the medullary area or the medulla area, guys, and that's where your epinephrine and norepinephrine's made. Okay, that's going to be your adrenaline, okay? Now, from there, we drop down. Over here, guys, we have the female reproductive system, okay? We're only going to be blasting onto the ovaries, okay? And over here, we have the male's testicles right here, which is right here, ovary, testicle. Now, what am I going to ask? Identify it. It's the ovary, okay? I could also ask you guys, give me its endocrine function. It's to produce what? Progesterone and estrogen. Or I could say, give me its exocrine function to make a what?
Egg.
An egg. Over here, same thing. I'm going to say identify the structure. It's going to be the what? Testes. And once again, endocrine function. Testosterone, and it's exocrine for the sperm, okay? So that takes care of the plaque, all right? All right, somebody put that somewhere else? Thank you. Okay. Now, over here, guys, we have our good old thyroid gland, okay? Thyroid gland, remember, we're going to have our 2 lobes. So this is the right lobe, left lobe, isthmus in the center. I don't know if these things, this one really don't show well for the parathyroid glands. Nope, so that I will use on the plaque, guys, okay? These are just abnormalities. This is an atrophied one with a tumor. That's why it's so small and scrawny. This is when it gets larger, such as a goiter. You might have heard of somebody having a goiter. And then this one here represents the cancerous thyroid, where you have all of these big blobs of tissue there. Usually gets hard. It's going to be very, very hard instead of staying spongy like when you palpate. That's why if a doctor comes and checks your thyroid, they squeeze it, guys, to make sure that it's still kind of spongy, okay? So that's a thyroid model, okay? Yes?
How do we know which side's the back and which side's the front?
The front has the wraparound. The back is going to only have the opening. Okay, so you can tell, like, if it's the back side, it's like that. Because remember, it has to go around the trachea. Okay, it doesn't close all the way around. So the back side's open. Okay, that will be the anterior side. Okay. Okay, done with that, we will drop down to the pancreas. Pancreas here, guys, what we got going on, can I take this off? Not really, okay. So what we got going on here, guys, we are going to have the pancreas is this gland right here. The head of the pancreas, guys, sits right up against the duodenum, which is the first portion of your small intestine, okay? So that's where the head of the pancreas is. It goes to the left in our body, and it goes to the spleen. Here's the spleen, guys. And this is the tail of the pancreas. So you got the head over here by the duodenum, tapers down to the tail over here by the spleen. Now, once again, this gland is a mixed gland, so you can actually see the duct work coming through the gland. That's going to be for its exocrine function, which 80% of the gland is an exocrine gland. So guys, remember the acini cells are going to produce digestive enzymes for fat, for protein, things like that. And that stuff will get secreted into the duct, and it goes directly, guys, into the duodenum when we're digesting proteins and fats in the diet, okay? So that's its exocrine functions. Now, the rest of the pancreas, the 20%, you will have those islet cells of Langerhans, which you don't see on this model, okay? But remember, the islets, you have the alpha and the beta cells there. Betas make insulin. The alpha cells make the glucagon, okay? So very, very simple, guys, for the pancreas, okay? Everybody good? Mm-hmm. Okay, now over here, another nice simple thing, guys. We have the kidney here. We're not going to get involved with that until we do the urinary system. But right here, this represents our suprarenal gland, also known as the adrenal glands. And once again, we have the adrenal capsule. Okay, that's a fibrous capsule there for support and protection. The next layer in, guys, is the cortex. So this is cortex, and then in the middle we have the medulla, okay? Now, once again, in lecture, he'll probably divide that up into the 3 different zones. Want to know which hormones come from them. And remember, in the center, we have the adrenaline or the epinephrine or epinephrine made here, okay? Mm-hmm. Everybody good? Okay, so that is pretty much it, guys, for the endocrine lab. Any questions on it? None whatsoever? All right, so let me look around, guys, just in case I pull a rabbit out of my ass.